Good afternoon. First at 4, we are getting new information about the situation that led to a police chase that ended with the suspect dead. WSBT 22's Juliana Ferfari is continuing to take your questions to police. She sat down to do a one-on-one with a spokesman for Michigan State Police. She's at the live desk right now with more on the initial stop. Juliana.
Yeah, I spoke with Lieutenant Dwayne Robinson about MSP policy and the initial traffic stop that took place in Michigan. In security footage we first showed you last week of the initial stop, you can see the trooper struggling with the suspect Joshua Ringel. The two items then are on the ground following the altercation. We asked Lieutenant Robinson what those items were and what happened to them. Can you confirm if a body camera fell off of the trooper during that initial struggle with the suspect last week?
I can't confirm that. Body camera did come off the trooper during the struggle. And also, if you recall, there was a taser deployment also at the scene at the time of the struggle. And when the suspect displayed a firearm, the trooper then tossed his taser and retrieved his own firearm and pointed it at the suspect.
Robinson confirms that the body camera and taser were both returned to police by citizens. He also told us that the body camera footage is uploaded through a cloud system. We spoke to Michigan State Police about policies and procedures. We'll have more tonight at 5. At the live desk, Juliana Ferfari, WSBT 22 News.
As the investigation into last week's multi-state police chase and manhunt continues, WSBT is continuing to ask questions. We want to know what happened and what policies are in place for handling high-speed chases.
WSBT 22's Juliana Ferfari has been on top of the story from the very beginning for all of us. She's at the live desk tonight. Juliana, you're tracking what our community can expect to learn as police continue to comb through evidence.
Yeah, Indiana State Police is leading the investigation. We were told by them today that there are no updates to provide, but the detectives are working nonstop on the case. I sat down with a Michigan State Police spokesman who could only comment on what happened in Michigan and overall MSP policies. We asked him about the multi-jurisdictional investigation and which agency will handle what parts of that investigation. Is Indiana State Police, are they responsible for investigating the entire situation, or do you guys investigate the initial traffic stop and they handle from when they hit Indiana state lines on?
It's a great question. So yes, as a short answer to your question, Michigan State Police, we are investigating everything that transpired from the initial stop up until we cross the state line. So once we cross the state line, now the investigation will be handled by Indiana authorities or Indiana State Police. So we both will be doing our own separate investigations and writing separate reports. Those reports will be combined, shared with one another, and then that will then go forward to the Indiana prosecutor's office.
Robinson says there will also be an internal investigation in terms of whether or not troopers violated any policies. At the live desk, Juliana Ferfari, WSBT 22 News.
All right, developing news here at 6 o'clock. New details of the officer-involved chase and shooting investigation. While we work to find out how the suspect died, tonight we are looking into Michigan State Police chase policies. WSBT 22's Juliana Ferfari has been following this story from the beginning. She joins us from the live desk tonight. Juliana, what did you learn?
As we work to learn more about the officer-involved shooting and manhunt that stretched from Niles to South Bend, we are learning more about MSP policies for high-speed chases. An MSP spokesperson told WSBT they only chase suspects who have committed a felony. They take things like density of population, traffic, and a number of other factors into consideration. We also asked about policy regarding firing shots during high-speed pursuits. Can you speak a little bit about what Michigan State Police policy is for troopers to fire a weapon during a pursuit from a moving vehicle?
Our policy, basically discharging a weapon at a vehicle comes down to a couple of things, and that is whether or not there's a life-threatening felony that has been committed by the suspect, and also if it's in the act of self-defense of the trooper himself or of another person, citizen that is present during that chase.
Robinson could not specifically comment on last week's chase. He could only talk about the initial traffic stop since that chase crossed state lines. Indiana State Police are leading the investigation, including how the suspect died. Suspect Joshua Ringel. I spoke to ISP. A spokesman told me this morning that they have nothing new to share in regards to the investigation, including whether they've received the coroner's final report. At the live desk, Juliana Ferrari, WSBT 22 News.